Morning, folks. Plan was to bale us today, but yesterday we got a random rain, and with the Canadian wildfires, the sun ain't getting the job done. And in 36 hours we have a rain coming, a 1-incher. Since this stuff is so wet, we're gonna rake it. The chopper's gonna pick it up. We're just gonna chop this, even though it's been laying on the ground for 2 days. So Uncle Jeff is gonna be raking. Haylage crew, of course, chopping and hauling. Dad'll be in the pit packing. And I got fertilizer in here, and I'm gonna be fertilizing. Not a great start. I engaged everything and it's telling me the spinner speed is not this. Well, I don't know if it's the sensor or what. It's not spinning the spinners. Double checked some plug-ins. I double checked the hydraulic hoses. I'm not sure. That put a big damper on the day. They gotta spin a lot faster than that. Another one of those things. When we parked it in the shed, it was working. Got 26,000 pounds of fertilizer in there, slowly getting hard, and we're hoping to do another 400 or 500 acres tomorrow. You fixed it?
Yep. I messed with that electrical plug in the back.
Okay. Oh, that makes today so much better.
Oh yeah.
But the cutter took off to the field. Uncle Jeff isn't quite ready yet, so I'm gonna head down with the rake. I missed that squeak. Oh yeah, look at that. Ain't no way that's gonna dry out before this rain coming. So we went from leaving part of the field, planning on cutting ahead of the chopper and chopping that, to this stuff just being so wet that we're gonna rake all this up and the chopper's gonna pick it up. We're gonna spread some fert on some corn. This is what we call top dressing. We split apply. I was out here about a month ago, did my first pass, got a nice rain on it, and now we're putting a second pass on. And we do that, we split apply for 2 reasons. To spread our risk, you know, say a rain doesn't come and that urea sits on top of the ground, it'll volatilize and go in the air, so you lose it. Or the other thing is, if you get a really big rain, that's not too good. It can wash it down out of the root zone. Saturated soils actually make the bacteria in the soil use that nitrogen in a way where it turns into a gas and shoots back up into the atmosphere. We spread our risk a little bit by split applying. The other thing is, corn actually doesn't need a whole lot of nitrogen at this small stage. So by spreading some later in the season, it's more available when the plant actually needs it. It's a little bit shorter than we usually would apply, but there's a decent rain in the forecast. I'd rather spread this stuff out when we have a good chance of rain versus, you know, getting late in the season where maybe we don't have a rain coming, but the corn's getting too tall, so we have to spread anyway. A little bit of a rundown while I'm out here. Let's get working. Nice thing about being a little early and spreading on corn at this size, the growing point is still under the ground, and if I run over some stuff and maybe it snaps off, maybe it doesn't, it's gonna grow back. If I were in what we normally spread when it's like 2 foot tall, at that point when you run it over, snaps it off, you kill that plant. So I guess that's one nice thing about this short corn spreading on top of it. After I started this field, I realized I have a lesser quality globe up here, so it's not as accurate, and I'm kind of drifting a little, having to shift to keep from running over the corn and slow down a little. When I get back in the yard, I'm definitely going to put that better globe on. Alfalfa is starting to get a little dry, and I guess to actually plug the spout on the chopper, so they might have to stop. And then Dad's thinking we actually should chop what's still standing in the field. You know, it's gonna be wetter, it'll seal up the pit, keep everything underneath a little bit better quality, and not, you know, keep it moist, keep it fermenting. Need to refill. I have 30 acres left here. So this stuff is too wet to bale, makes for pretty dry silage, but I think this is the first load of stuff that Uncle Jeff started cutting this morning. So this should be good quality, wet, ready to pack. That smells like grass clippings. Yeah, so this is what I cut about 3 days ago compared to the stuff cut this morning. And by this morning, I mean like 30 minutes ago. That's a lot better for silage. Chopper decided it was taking too long. These small windrows, it was just a lot of driving. Uncle Jeff's over there, he's still cutting. We're raking now. And they're gonna be chopping behind me. This will cut their trips in half, so easy math right there. Jeff's last pass of the day. Goodbye. There's 5 people in this field and then Dad's in the pit. That takes a lot of people putting up silage. And that is precisely why we don't do it ourselves. We don't have enough men or equipment. I guess, you know, like when we're doing sorghum silage, we don't have someone raking and someone swathing. But we'd still have 2 truckers, a cutter, and someone packing. They just got 2 more rounds left. Unfortunately, that stuff over there that I cut a few days ago, before we knew we were gonna get a random rain and Canadian wildfire smoke, it's too dry. It's too wet to bale, too dry to be worth silage. It doesn't flow through the machine. It wouldn't be good in the pit. And so the fate of that is either we luck out tomorrow right before the rain and get it baled, if we finally get some heat, or it's gonna get rained on. Ellie, what do you think? A lot of stuff going on. She thinks I want to go back in that garage. The rest of the fertilizer in that semi should fit in the spreader. But first, I'd like some better guidance here. I grabbed the one off the planting tractor. So that other globe was a 3000. This one's a 6000 and has an antenna. Pretty fancy. That other globe supported SF1, which is, I believe, like 4 to 6 inch accuracy. This is an RTK globe, which is sub-inch accuracy. RTK stands for radio telepathic kinetic and radiometric. I don't know, Google it. Let's finish up the day here. Mom, you missed a spot. See if this globe holds the line a little better. It's a nice Sunday afternoon. AC cranked. AC/DC was just on the radio. Alright, after this we're gonna head down the road and we got an 80-acre field ready. This ain't looking good, folks. Got that much to go. Don't mind the weeds, it just got sprayed. But good gracious, I got about 400 pounds of fertilizer left. I'm gonna run out soon. I'm not making it to that fence, I'll clue ya. Remember, I got to the bush. Alright, folks, that looks pretty good. We got plenty of silage to get through this summer, and I'm guessing we're gonna have some left over. And we'll probably be putting some sorghum silage on top of what's left. Thanks for watching. Love to see you next time. Have a good one.